welcome to my channel once again. My name is Sophia David-Alfa. I bring you greetings from Nigeria and from the lovely city of Jos. Yes, thank you also to all those who've been watching, sharing, liking, and commenting. May the good Lord bless you and also continuing the good work you're doing by enable teenagers have access to um, sound content as such as this. God bless you for all you've been doing. I am very grateful. I am super grateful for all you've been doing. Okay, today's reflection, today's team talk or reflection is something I titled Watch It. It's something that I titled what? Watch It. Something happened within the week that really got to me. I watched the news and saw where a young person, a young man, was actually executed as a result of something he did as a young person, something he did as a teenager. What was his offense? He participated in a protest as a teenager, and guess what? This young man was executed. Another one also that got to me is I've forgotten his name. He was one of the runner-ups in American Idol. And guess what? He lost the privilege and the opportunity to further in that competition by virtue of what? Again, an offense he committed innocently when he was 8 years old. Now look at the situations now. Both scenarios, both incidents, both cases were cases of something done as a minor. But guess what? Their state as a minor did not in any way immune them from the consequences of their actions. My job here, I'm not here questioning state laws or how these things work, but my only concern here is basically on the fact that what really concern me here is actually the reason why I'm doing this. Is actually what inspired this reflection, and I titled it "Watch It." 2 words: watch it. By that I mean observe it, whatever that it connotes to you. It could be actions, it could be reactions, it could be a response to issue, but watch it and be very sure that whatever it is you're doing, the outcome of it will not put you in jeopardy, will not deprive you of opportunities. We live in a virtual age where people do a whole lot of rubbish just to gain followers on the gram. People do a whole lot of things to please their online fans and fans. People do a whole lot of unspeakable, despicable things just for clout chasing. And teenagers are not even exempted from these things. Adults do it. And guess what? Our so-called esteemed teenagers are following suit in the direction. Just because somebody else did it doesn't mean that you should. And we've done something, we've touched on such topic in one of our videos. You can check that out. The fact that others are doing it or the fact that it's trending does not mean you should get involved in it, because when the consequences of your actions come, guess what? The consequences will not trend. It's only you that will suffer it. The consequences is just for you and you alone. Others may, but you shouldn't. The fact that people are doing a whole lot of rubbish, doing a whole lot of unimaginable, unthinkable, despicable things and putting it out online as part of their content creation. My dear, be very careful. People do a whole lot of nasty things and put it on the ground. Do a whole lot of nasty things and put it on their Facebook. They say, all because of what? Clout chasing. Forgetting that the internet does not forget. That's one of the sad realities of our time. That's one of the sad realities. Back in the days, it's easy for people to forget what you did. But guess what? People have a constant reminder. Immediately they scroll your name, there is a constant reminder that keeps giving them the impression of the kind of person you are not. So just because you want to have followers on Facebook, you want to have followers on Twitter, you want to have followers on Gram, hello, there is a whole lot of bigger life out there more than your few minutes of fame. You go viral, and after going viral, what next? Haven't you seen some of these reality show uh, 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 celebrities? After winning the show, most of them, like, they sink into oblivion. That's the end of them. That's the end. You don't get to hear any other thing about them. Haven't you seen cases of such people? You're a celebrity tomorrow, and tomorrow nobody knows about you. And funny enough, sometimes as teenagers, we tend to postpone the good behaviors. As if you're postponing your good behaviors till when you become an adult. Oh, when I become an adult, I'll read more. I'll follow God more. I'll be more committed in my work with God. I'll do this. I'll do that. You keep postponing the better version of yourself as an adult, forgetting that the functional adult you're going to be tomorrow is as a result of what you're doing now. The foundation, who you are going to be tomorrow, is actually being built from what you're doing today. There is no tomorrow, chere can be as if life will not wait for you to grow up, my dear. Whatever you're doing today is a reflection of what your tomorrow will look like. So the question now is, what kind of tomorrow do you want to have? And need I remind you that the so-called tomorrow, the so-called future that you think is far away from you. Sometimes we think 10 years is far, 5 years is far. Hello, there are people that don't really live up to that before they start facing the consequences of their actions. That's the reality of it. Somebody else might do it, and 10 years, 20 years later, that's when their own will be catching up with them. But you might go and get caught on the spot, and you won't have time to start explaining yourself. I remember being part of I joined an NGO to do a pro bono, um, do a pro bono project like that. That was my first time of visiting a prison. And guess what? People were telling me, this is not what I read in books. Most of the inmates I met happened to be in prison by virtue of what? Miscalculated decisions. Follow a friend. Let's just hang out. From hanging out, there was a raid and everybody was packed and they are inside jail for 5 years. Nobody have even said this is what they did. They are on awaiting trial. Maybe in their mind, let me just go and come. And they went and never came back. The sad reality is you see that decision you're trying to take, that miscalculation you're about venturing into, you might never survive it. You might never survive it. Your friends may, but you might never. By virtue of the of the potential and the grace and the calling and the giftings you have, the devil is always fighting. Have you asked yourself why you struggle or suffer the kind of things you suffer as a teenager? Things that normal teenagers, when I use the word normal, an average teenager have never encountered, but you have tasted it. You have lived through the horrors of certain decisions by others, and have you asked yourself why certain things happen to you, why you behave the way you behave, why life look at you, why issues of life is dealing with you the way it is dealing with you? There is a grace the devil does not see. From the little I've seen in this life, the devil does not have, as in, devil have no business attacking anybody that's got no potential. Who want to waste money investing on something that is not worth investing on? When devil is have you ever seen a tree without fruits and you see people throwing stones at the tree? People cast stones on trees with fruits, supple fruits. So when you have something that you are not even aware of, The devil fights it to the last. So, my dear, remember what I said? Watch it. Others may do it and survive it. You might not. Watch that miscalculation you want to do. Hey, you want to hang out, right? As you're watching me now, there are things you're planning on doing. Be bad enough if you help them execute it. Permit me to say now, don't go further than you've done already. Stop where at that spot. Just stop. Don't go further than that. Yes, you help plan the party. Yes, you help plan the rubbish to Malay and another person. Yes, you help plan it all at the background. But don't go further than you've already done. It's bad enough you've thought about, you've used your God-given imagination to create something that is not, according to the word of God, not praiseworthy. Don't go further than you've already done. Desist from it. Desist. I'm begging you. The truth of the matter is that you might visit that friend that you want. In your heart of hearts, you know that this thing you want to do is not good. You see, God is so merciful that He blesses us with a conscience. Sometimes you know in your heart that what you're about doing is bad. Your heart starts pricking you. If you still have a conscience that pricks you when you want to do something that God will or even humanity will frown at, it's a blessing. Use it. You know that that thing you're about doing is not the right thing to do. Desist from it. Don't go further. You might visit that friend. Between me and you will not survive it. You will not come back the same person you were when you left the house. You've succeeded in deceiving everybody. You told your friends you're going to somewhere else, but you have somewhere else in mind. You told your parents you have somewhere else to go, but you have somewhere else in mind. It's bad enough that you've deceived all those people, but the truth of the matter is that you cannot deceive yourself. Neither can you deceive the consequences of the action you're about to. You might go there and come back not the same person you were when you left the house, because what you will meet there you never can tell. Some people have met their deaths trying to execute evil. Some people have met a huge transformation in their life just because of what? Stubbornness. Your parents say don't go, you say you will go, you must go, and you went, and that was the beginning of some of the issues you're struggling with. Some of the addictions you are struggling with was introduced to you the day you miscalculated, the day you went to a place you're not supposed to go, the day you did something you're not supposed to do, and you dabbled into something that you're up to today, you're still struggling with it. I'm begging you, watch it. Watch that anger before it becomes something else. Watch that your talkativeness. Watch it. Watch that your lazy attitude. Watch that your excusing spirit. You give excuses virtually for nothing. Like excuses roll out of your mouth as if as like your mouth is the natural habitat for all unimaginable excuses of why something good should not be done. Watch that sarcastic spirit. You think that's what being a teenager is all about. You've been sarcastic. Watch that lie. Hey, just small lie now. Just small. From just small, it becomes a habit you can't deal with, and before you know it will start robbing you opportunities because of what? People cannot take you by your word. You use your words carelessly. Watch it. Even the way you walk, watch it. The way you dress, watch it. Because sometimes some of these things rob you opportunities even before you have the real opportunity to face your opportunity face to face. So watch it. You see that thing you hide behind your keyboard and you type all sorts of rubbish and you post online, you bully people online, you do all sorts of things online. Watch it. Because a day will come when the consequences will seep out. I shall say, you're catching cruise, Abby. It's my time. I'm a teenager. It's my page. Let me do what I want. Let me do. Nobody should tell me how to run my life. Nobody should tell me how to live my life. Nobody's gonna tell you. Go ahead and do it. But I hope you can survive the luxury of the consequence. I call it luxury, because when the consequences keep running, as in when it comes back to you, I hope you can handle it. I hope you can. Some people, just because they escorted a friend to a place, to a party, they were raped. They didn't tell anybody, and they're still struggling with that rape issue till today. Your parents are not aware of it. None of your friends, except few friends. In your heart of heart, you wanted to go to this party, but something told you, something was nudging you not to. You went, and guess what? You were gang raped, and guess what? Nobody knows about it. A whole lot of things are happening to teenagers just because of what? Decisions. Spontaneity, spontaneous decisions, uncalculated decisions. People, you do a whole lot because you think because you're a teenager you've been exempted from the consequences of your actions. Real life no be your parents, so your parents will forgive you, but life does not forgive. Your parents can overlook some of these things, but see, outside your home is much harsher than you can imagine. Life no be more life no be beans. Be careful of how you treat people. Be careful of how you behave. Be careful of how you talk. Watch it. Watch the way you talk. Watch the way you dress. Watch the way you address issues and address people. Even online, some people hide behind their keyboard and typing and insulting. You know that this person you're chatting with, you know that this person is an adult, but because it's online, because it's online, you think you can talk to people anyhow, because they're not seeing your face, because you are answering one jagaban name on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and you now think it's a license to insult people the way you want. It's just a matter of time, baby. It's just a matter of time. My rant this moment is all about what? Watch it. If you remember the two scenarios I paint, these are real life issues that got to me, that inspired this rant. Because come on, these things happened to them while they were teenagers, and this other one, while he was even 8. The American one was happened to him while he was what, 8 years old, innocently posing with some people. And guess what? That singular action caught up with him when at the least expected time he had to do what? Forfeit it. He would have been maybe the number one person. He would have won that contract. He would have won that competition. But guess what? He had to step down. It's not enough he furthered and did not achieve it. He had to step down with all his talent, with all his skills. Guess what? He had to. And need I remind, we live in a world of cancel culture. People are very fast in canceling things. The cancel culture, be catching cruise. Be catching cruise. But the truth of the matter is that life they wait for you there. After this, okay. Let me tell you this. You have, in fact, for some people, some teenagers start seeing, some people's development is actually shifting towards 10 years old. So let's say you have 10 years to be a child. From 10 till 19 is 9 years, right? 9 years to be a teenager, and the rest of your life to be an adult. So what are you going to do with these 9 years of your life? I want to just catch fun. And guess what? The foundation of the functional adult you're going to be is actually now. So maximize this phase of your life because you are not going to be a teenager for the rest of your life, sweetheart. You will not be a teenager for the rest of your life. So maximize this phase of your life. Build the right foundation. Build the right relationship. Build your faith now. It is easy to read Bible when you have kids, when you are married. It is easy to follow God. Even God, even in the Bible is in the scripture. It's in the scripture when God is warning, when the Bible is warning, follow as in serve God in the days of your youth. It is now. You want to jack all the Bibles, this is now that you can do it as a teenager. You want to follow God like crazy now. You know, easy to read Bible with children and babies shake as disturbing you up and down. And if you're a female, a lady like if you're a woman like me, my dear, you know, easy. You think have God. As in, it's not even easy to serve God as a married person. You know, there are times you want to bury yourself in the presence of God. You cannot do it though. Once you say I do, families so tend to there are things that naturally will be cut short by virtue of marriage. So when the Bible is shouting and saying serve the Lord in the days of your youth, it's for your own advantage. It's for your own good. So whatever tone, whatever kind of foundation, whatever kind of adult you want to be, now is the best time for you to start building the foundation. Now is the time. Okay, this is the end of today's reflection. I hope it makes sense to you. My name is Sophia David-Alfa, and I hope all I just said makes sense to you. And in case you have questions, you want to reach out, you can reach me on the number on the screen, and of course you can also you can use the email as well. Okay, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also ring that notification button so that anytime we have fresh content, it's easier for you to have access to it. Okay, thank you very much for coming to my channel. Until I meet you next time, remember, keep loving, keep living a purposeful life, because the best time of your life is now that you're a teenager. Until I meet you again, take care of yourselves and have a lovely day. Bye for now.